Part 3. Consequences of Choice. Days turned into weeks as Alexander and Catherine navigated the harsh reality of their separation. The once vibrant home, filled with laughter and joy, now felt like a mausoleum, a silent reminder of what had been and what could never be again. Alexander threw himself into his work, trying to drown out the pain with late nights at the office. But even in the midst of financial negotiations and high-stakes meetings, he could feel a void that no amount of success could fill. He missed Catherine's laughter, the warmth of her presence, and the love that had once defined their lives. Yet, the wound of her betrayal throbbed painfully in his chest, reminding him of the trust that had been shattered. Meanwhile, Catherine found herself wrestling with the consequences of her choices. The initial excitement of her relationship with David had dulled, replaced by guilt and sorrow. What had started as an escape from loneliness had morphed into a deeper conflict within her. She had sought freedom and joy, yet all she felt was an emptiness that echoed in her heart. David, though charming and passionate, could not fill the void left by Alexander. In the evenings, she would often sit by the window, staring at the city lights that twinkled like stars in the night sky. Each sparkle reminded her of the dreams she once shared with Alexander, the plans for a family, the adventures they hoped to embark on. She realized that her search for excitement had cost her the very foundation of her life. One night, while at a cafe with David, Catherine felt a sense of unease growing within her. He noticed her distraction and reached across the table. "Hey, you've been quiet. What's on your mind?" Catherine hesitated, debating whether to share her turmoil, but the truth was weighing heavily on her heart. "I miss him," she finally confessed, her voice trembling. "I miss Alexander." David's expression shifted, a flicker of understanding playing across his face. "You still love him?" It wasn't a question, but a realization. "I think I do," Catherine admitted, tears welling in her eyes. "But I don't know how to go back. I've hurt him, and I don't know if he can ever forgive me." David released a soft sigh, letting the truth settle between them. "Maybe it's time to face the music. You owe it to both of you to be honest about what happened." His words resonated with Catherine, igniting a flicker of courage within her. She knew that avoiding the truth wouldn't heal the wounds she had inflicted. As painful as it seemed, she had to confront Alexander and lay bare her heart one last time. Meanwhile, Alexander had turned introspective, often reflecting on the moments they had shared. He culled through old photographs, memories frozen in time, and stumbled upon a photo from their honeymoon, sunset hues painting the sky as they embraced on a beach. The sight of that moment struck him profoundly. He had loved Catherine with everything he had, but now, all he had left was a hollow ache of betrayal. One evening, as he returned home from a long day at the office, he found himself standing in front of their favorite spot, the balcony overlooking the city skyline. He remembered how they used to spend evenings here, talking about their dreams and aspirations, their laughter mingling with the gentle breeze. But now, everything felt tainted, distant. Catherine stood at the door, her heart racing as she caught sight of him deep in thought. Gathering her courage, she stepped outside, the chill of the evening air bracing against her skin. "Alex!" Startled, he turned to face her, a mix of emotions swirling within him. He hadn't expected her to come here, not now. "What are you doing here, Catherine?" "I wanted to talk," she said, her voice steadier than she felt. "I've been doing a lot of thinking since we last spoke. I owe you an apology." A silence stretched between them, tension thick in the air. "And what exactly are you apologizing for?" he asked, the edge in his tone challenging the sincerity of her approach. Catherine inhaled deeply, searching for the right words. "For betraying your trust. For running away instead of facing my issues. I let my loneliness drive me into something that only led to more pain, and I've realized that I still love you." The admission hung in the air, raw and vulnerable. Alexander's heart raced, warring between anger and longing. "And what do you expect me to say? That it's okay? That I can just forget?" "No, I don't expect anything," Catherine responded, tears brimming in her eyes. "I just want you to know that my heart was always with you. I regret allowing my insecurities to dictate my actions." As they stood amidst the echoes of their past, the weight of their choices pressed heavily upon them. Alexander searched her eyes, seeking a glimpse of the woman he had once known so intimately. In that moment, he realized a battle within him between forgiveness and the pain of betrayal. "I need time, Catherine," he finally said, his voice breaking. "I don't know if I can trust you again. What you did, it shattered me." "I understand," she replied softly, feeling the sting of his words. "And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to rebuild that trust, if you'll let me." The night deepened, filled with unspoken words and fragile hope. Neither knew what the future held, but they stood on the precipice of change, armed with the knowledge that love, though wounded, was not yet extinguished, to be continued